All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon which location you're joining us from. We have a very special guest with us. We have Eugene, who's also known as Dude from Dude.sg.
That's right. Yes, I'm
And
from Singapore. Yes, that's what the SG stands for.
cool. So, yeah, today, as we're doing these, and is there an echo, Eugene, actually?
Oh nope, there's no echo. Nope,
Okay,
there is.
perfect.
How is my audio? How is my audio? I think I just switched the
Yeah,
mic.
it's clear.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, thanks for joining us live. And like we just went live on Product Hunt, and one of the things that we want to do today is just share what are we doing, get some interesting folks to talk about, and that's what Eugene is here for. He's been an early adopter of AR and early adopter of many things. I would say AR is just like what he kind of began for. He has some interesting things coming up, but at the same time, like the Glow Awards. But at the same time, he'll be talking about like if you're looking for your first AR marketing campaign, what is the right way to kind of approach it. So Eugene, stage is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. So I'll share my screen. Uh, is it sharing? Yep.
Actually, not. Yeah, just try
Okay.
sharing again. All right.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Then you can remove the lower thirds. There. Okay. So this is exactly what people are seeing, right? Our two faces and the screen. Is this what people are seeing? Let me just check. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So hi, I'm from Dude.sg. So my name is Eugene Soh. I do art and technology, and I founded two companies. One is Dude, one is Mind Palace. This is the team. Is me plus um four other people. So those in the Spark AR community, you all might be familiar with Casey Lane Millhouse, who has been around in the AR community for a while. Then she joined me at the beginning of the year. So it's been a good 8 months already that she's been with us. So this is the kind of typically the kind of projects that we do, like installations. This one was for Microsoft um, in Orlando. So it was an installation where four people got together. Then we used the Kinect. It's kind of like one where you get people to the conference goers to meet each other. So me and when you go to a conference, you only meet one person. Or Snehaal, you want to tell them how we met? Oh, now that I hear an echo.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think Dude and we met last year at F8, uh, May 20, April end 2019.
Okay.
And I think 2 years since Spark AR would have launched. But I think we've been interacting on the Spark AR Facebook group and like the online things. But it was the first time we kind of met at that event.
So the purpose of this Microsoft installation was for conference goers like me and uh I don't know how to say your name. Snehaal, is it? Sin Yes, Snehaal. We go to a FA conference. We are all alone, and then we wanna meet people. Of course, we already know each other, kind of know each other from the community. But people at the Microsoft, they might not have a community online. Maybe they do, but if they want to meet new people, this was an excuse. This installation was an excuse. So I was there. I gave a talk too at the Microsoft Ignite conference in Orlando. So that was a 7-day conference. So how I got into this whole business was thanks to this picture actually, which I shot when I was in year one in university. Then it kind of went viral, and then I had my first solo show. Uh, 2 years after I published it, it went viral on Facebook 2 years after I published it on Facebook. I don't know what happened. Maybe Facebook algorithm changed or something. Then the picture went viral after I stopped doing photography actually. But then after that, galleries started asking me, and they got me to. They asked me if I did any more photography. I said no, but I could have been the guy to tell them, don't disturb me. I am going to be a full-on programmer. At that time, I was studying like interactive media, which is like game design. I was designing games, making games, and coding. Moving away from photography, but since the galleries wanted more photography stuff, I obliged and I gave them this series. And then after that, this is a story about how I got into AR in the first place. Um, After that, Singapore Tourism Board, they wanted to use these photos because they are very Singaporean looking and of famous paintings. They wanted to fly these paintings around the world to show the world Singapore. So this was in Moscow. This series also went to India in New Delhi. This was in Myanmar, and the idea was they wanted me to do augmented reality on top of my filters also, because on top of my photos, because they know what they are do technology. So this was actually my first AR project that Singapore Tourism Board commissioned me. At first, when they told me about Facebook AR, I didn't quite believe them, because the AR that I knew was that you had to create your own app and then
Yeah.
upload it on the app store, and then nobody will download it during the exhibition, and then all your efforts wasted. So I didn't believe them at first, but I went to check it out, and turns out they were right. So this was 2 years ago, when I first tried Spark AR. Then ever since then, I went to go and do other stuff already, like try to censor my nipples, and then I think, yeah, this was really really early on in the Spark in my Spark AR journey. Then after that, making this kind of filter games, which is
Yep.
that goes super viral. Then if you Casey did an analysis on why it went so viral. I've made other viral filters, but this one was like 3 times the viral. It was like 1 billion views. So we are like, why is it? What's going on there? So she did an analysis. You can go and check it out at ar.dude.sg. All the analysis is there.
Cool.
And other tips also. All the other tips on if you are looking to market a filter, use a filter to promote a product. What are the tips and tricks? What are things to avoid? Like how to not put too much logos in there,
Yeah.
and the mentality that you should have. The mentality you should have is to create a filter like it's a gift for your customers, instead of instead of thinking of it as an advertisement. It should be a generous gift.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think that's a good point that, Eugene, you touched upon, right? I think brands kind of see it as a brand visibility, but I think it's more about the content play,
Yes.
right? It's having that emotional connect is important. It's like any other content, right? When you create a video, you don't make sure that you have logo across, right? You make sure you create a story, you have some emotions, and that connection comes in. So I think, yeah, that's similar with AR. It's no another different.
Yeah. It's still a little bit different from video. It's still a little bit different from video, because video video is still kind of overtaking the experience. In a video, you kind of overtake the whole experience, but in AR filters, maybe you have to step aside a little bit and let the user express themselves instead of splashing logos everywhere. We have to change our mindset to be like, this is a gift for the user to express themselves, and if they can express themselves, the more they will share, instead of having it like instead of dictating the filter. Would you agree? Agree?
Yeah, and I think it's like Eugene, what you touched upon, right? It's more about like treating it as a content creation enabler tool rather than
Yes.
like just throwing a content out there.
Content
And
creation enabler for your customer, for your customer.
Spot on, spot
Mm,
on. Yeah, because like even at Superfan Studio, we believe that AR is that next video,
mm,
right? What we essentially mean is while video is unilateral that you can see something, but AR now open doors that you can be part of the content, you can experience products right at where you are rather than transposing or traveling somewhere else through distance. So it's a very different angle to be seen through a very different lens, and it's quickly evolving, right? Past 2 3 years since Facebook kind of came out, enabled on social platforms to Snapchat as well. I think the landscape has quickly changed. There are more than million lenses and filters that have been deployed on each of these platforms, and that's like
mm.
phenomenal.
Whoops, whoops, whoops. So sorry about that. I was just checking on the live video. So Shadik asked, do you feel AR is finally going mainstream? Yes, of course, man. I think um, Instagram has sneaked AR into the mainstream without calling it AR. It's now filters. It's quite remarkable that everyone's doing AR without really calling it AR.
Yeah,
So I'll show you a kind of negative example of what we just spoke. We spoke about getting out of the way. There is this example here is in your face. It overtakes the entire experience. The user can't really express themselves. But this one I'm really proud of. I'll show you this. This is a filter where you play as a Earth defender. You're defending Earth against these big-headed aliens who are shooting lasers. So you use the phone gyroscope, gyrometer to accelerometer to like
yeah,
kind of aim around and shoot these alien heads. Then in the end, you save Earth. So this one was a lot of new stuff came about here. A lot of breakthroughs. A lot of first time stuff that nobody has done before. So I'm really quite proud of this one. But this is I mean, if you want to choose between getting out of the way and letting the user express themselves, I guess there are two options. One of them is doing that, getting out of the way, and the other option is completely dictating the experience and giving the the user a very cinematic experience. So I see it as two options. So this is kind of the opposite of what we were talking about. But this one still works. This one still went viral, but not as viral as the colorblind filter. So I'll show you a few more campaigns. This was earlier on for Tiger Beer. Um, there is certain rules against like alcohol, but in the filter itself, we did not have
yeah, yeah,
any alcohol logo. So the target was it is a plain tracker. It is a target tracker. So you actually need the beer bottle to have it to work. So with that, we kind of filter out all the underage people already. The goal of the non-alcohol thing is so that the underage people don't get to see the effect. So with this filter, it's a target tracker. You need to have the bottle first to activate the filter. So the 13-year-olds won't get to use the filter, won't get to see the effect of the filters.
yeah, yeah.
This was in collaboration with Singapore Tourism Board. This was with McDonald's Singapore. They were doing this Hello Kitty one. Show you one more with this is a game for Indosat Indonesia. This one just launched. Really quite really quite
Oh, sweet. Like it's for the height measurement, is it?
yeah,
Like
this
that's the
is
one.
for height measuring. This is for height measuring. Really quite difficult to do. Very, very complicated. We work with Lassie to get this to work. Lassie is also part of the community. Very good coder. So
Yeah,
yeah, this one is live now for Pediasure. So if you guys have done like all these branded filters, y'all can go to glowawards.net and submit them for the awards, which I shall show you now. So this is the awards that we are setting up. Casey is helping me with it. If you have made an awesome campaign for your own brand, or you have made a filter for a brand,
Yeah.
you can submit it here. You can submit it here.
Yeah, so especially for like AR creators out there who are listening in, like there are very few avenues today to kind of feel surface some of the good work that the community is doing. And I think with Glow Awards, Eugene's effort is essentially getting those surfaced in a more generic scale rather than like with certain specific objectives. So yeah, if you have built some amazing experiences, make sure you enter in. I know like my team is super excited to kind of put in like at least 5, 10 different experiences that we built in
5, 10
past.
different experiences. I'm ready to enter. Let's click that.
Yeah, like we produce a ton of shit, so I think there'll
Mm-mm-mm.
be lots of entries. But yeah, this is like super interesting, Eugene. What you shared. We are almost up on our time.
Mm. That
Is
is
there
the
any?
end. I shall stop sharing my screen. Yeah.
Yep. So is there like any last words for like AR creators and brands out there who could be listening on to this?
Keep creating, and create new stuff. Don't copy people. Don't copy people.
Yep, very rightly said. So Eugene, again, thanks for joining us on a short notice. It was fun to have you here. Some amazing experiences that you've built in and shared with the community as well. You've been like a great member, uh, and it was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much, Snehaal.
All right, thanks, Eugene. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye
Cheers,
bye.
cheers, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.